Have you ever paid attention to the way you breathe? I did. I started to about 3 weeks ago. I started to change the way I breathe. I realized that most of the time I was breathing through my mouth and my nose, and I was breathing very shallow. Most of my breaths were coming from the top of my lungs, not deep. I wasn't using my diaphragm to breathe like I should have. And I realized that as well as I thought I was conditioned, I really wasn't. When I changed up the way I breathe, and I emphasize the word breathe, the way I changed it, when I changed it up, I realized that my lungs weren't as conditioned as I thought they were. So that was quite interesting to me. And I paid attention over the last couple of weeks to a lot of the people around me and how they breathe. And I've seen a lot of them also breathe very shallow through their mouth and nose again, but very heavy breathing, especially when they're working or doing things very physical. It's not to say that that's not a normal thing to do, but it's not actually the right way to do it, especially if what we're doing is just walking with an intense thought in mind. The other day, my partner and I were moving to get into a patient's residence for a call, and I noticed that he was breathing very heavy through his nose and his mouth. I had to remind him to slow that breathing down. You start breathing like that, and you start breathing from the top of your chest, it stimulates that fight or flight. And then as we get into that more, we start to lose focus. We get hyper focused on the job at hand, but we start to lose focus on how we breathe, and that definitely is not good. So I've changed the way I breathe more so to be 100% as much as I can nasal when I breathe versus mouth breathing. I have a old nose fracture from 2006, and my deviation is bad on both of them, both of the sides of the nostril. And I never realized how much it affected the way I breathed since then. I've dealt with sleep apnea. I've dealt with a lot of snoring and things like that, particularly when I drank more. So it's a good thing that I don't drink like I used to, if at all. Also, losing weight helped a lot as well. At my heaviest, I was 220. Of course, I did that on purpose because I was lifting for size, and I wasn't lifting for condition. I wasn't training for condition. But I noticed now from the change, just in the 3 weeks that I've been doing this, there's a huge change. Where you at, buddy? My boy's there. Huge change in the way I feel and the way my body responds to it. So I'm training now to breathe between 8 and 10 breaths a minute, all nasal. Slow in, slow out, 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, even longer if I can. And my goal is to get it to about 6 breaths per minute, breathing very light, diaphragmatically through the nose, stimulating the nitric oxide that's actually naturally produced in our nose, which is a vasodilator. It helps relax the blood vessels, and I definitely could use that. It helps with anxiety, it helps with PTSD, depression, a multitude of health issues. Even asthma. Asthmatics do well to breathe this way. If you can learn to breathe very low, very light, very slow, again, it's a air hunger. It makes you feel like you're suffocating, like you're not getting enough oxygen, but it also helps improve your VO2 max, and it makes a world of difference. I was watching a video the other day on YouTube with this man who was talking about how he has been trying to work with COVID patients who were post-intubation, post-real bad COVID hospitalizations, to work with them in their breathing, again, with that air hunger, to help them recover better. But that's definitely something that caught my attention, and that's why I really started paying attention to it. But it has made a difference in my everyday activity. I'm even taping my mouth at night with Scotch tape, just using Scotch tape to tape my mouth when I sleep at night to make sure that my mouth stays closed so that I don't wake up with dry mouth. And dry mouth, when you wake up in the morning, is an indication that you were having your mouth open at night. And that happens to me a lot, specifically because I have this damaged nasal passageway that I have not fixed. I'm going to, but it's made a huge difference. And you can tell when you sleep with your mouth open, you snore more, you're very tired when you wake up, tired throughout the day, because you're not getting oxygen the way you should. taking deep breaths doesn't help. It's actually not the right way to do things. It doesn't give you more oxygen. It's not the right thing to do. It's slow, deep breaths, actually slow, light breaths, believe it or not. Sorry, not deep. Is the way to go. So that's what I'm working towards, and I'm going to track this and update you guys along the way. And this is good stuff. I definitely appreciate the air hunger type of thing, because it does kick in the anxiety. It makes you feel like, holy shit, I can't breathe. And what happens to us when we can't breathe? We start to panic. But we're doing this on purpose. It increases that CO2 tolerance, and that helps with red blood cells and helps with lactic acid. I did a training session today at the gym, where the session today at the gym was about an hour long, and I did it very slow. I climbed 30 flights of stairs, all nose breathing. I didn't do it fast. I stayed at pace of 3. The setting was at 3. 30 flights, nose breathing the entire time. I didn't inhale deep. I didn't sigh. I didn't do any of that. I did some kettlebell work, again, very slow. I did not work out faster than I could breathe. That makes a huge difference. So you got to check the ego when you're going in there. I wasn't going in there to set records. I was trying to test my body and test this theory. So it really did work. I did some pull-ups. I did some push-ups. I did some core work, supersetting, chest and back, again, and all nasal breathing. And I didn't go lightweight, lighter than normal, but I didn't go balls to the wall. I just did it like that to maintain my breath. And I feel great. I don't feel sore. I don't feel exhausted. Renzo and I over here are on our walk right now. I had to walk him because he's going to be sitting for a couple of days. But he's digging it. Hey, buddy. You ever notice how horses are nose breathers? Even when they're running, they're breathing through their nose. It's amazing shit that I'm learning. Anyways, you all be good. Have a great day. Blessings. Namaste.